Every week we've been doing these upcoming Steam game videos, taking a look at the new games coming out. However, by the later half of the video, it turns into a lot of student projects, some of them looking really rough, like people didn't put too much effort into them. At first, it was kind of amusing, kind of funny, but that quickly got old, and now it's just like, wow, these are bad, can we not look at these? So from now on, I think we're just going to take a look at the more interesting ones, and if people did not put any effort into the games that they make, we don't really need to talk about them. First one actually looks pretty decent. That was the point of the intro, though. We want to take a look at the decent ones. Phantom Galaxies, an epic sci-fi adventure with thrilling mecha combat. Choose between 4 distinct starfighter classes and diverse weapons and gear. Once enemies, the intergalactic empires of humanity band together to battle lawless pirate factions amid war-torn space. By Blowfish Studios. This looks like Transformers. Wait, yeah. Looks solid though. Next up we have a game called Magiccraft, which looks to be not in English, but the game when it releases on Steam will be in English. Magiccraft is a roguelike game that uses a variety of spells to match unimaginable spell effects, and the construction of ultra-high degrees of freedom cannot even be exhausted by developers. This is developed by Wave Game and published by Bilibili. This looks like a spiritual successor to, I guess Binding of Isaac, maybe. Similar to that. So we're seeing some more not in English. The most enjoyable, so this is Fantasy of Cao Cao 2, or is it Cao Cao? I think it might be pronounced Cao Cao. The most enjoyable Chinese-style roguelike card game. Play as Cao Cao and conquer the central Japanese and Western waifu with your allies. Save the world. Could be fun. I always like these card games that come out. This looks like an old school Flash game. Yeah, kind of. Alien Hominid Invasion. Old friends and bitter enemies await you as you invade Earth alongside a mothership full of alien friends. Blast, beam, and bite your way through an endless swarm of enemies as you and up to 3 of your fellow hominids cause mayhem with a huge arsenal of weapons, mutations, and acrobatic maneuvers. Looks kind of fun. Is this also... This feels like it should also be on mobile. So we have another Alien Hominid HD, which looks like the last one, but it is not. I think these might have been older games that are just being re-released on Steam now. Alien Hominid HD, 2D side-scrolling shooter from the Behemoth is back with your mighty blaster and a group of mysterious kids by your side. Destroy the agency and reclaim your spaceship. This looks like these are older games that have been re-released. Still something to take a look at, but probably nothing too groundbreaking nowadays. Song of NooNoo, a League of Legends story. So you know this has had some money pumped into development. It cannot be that bad. Well, you know, it could still be bad. I shouldn't say it can't be that bad, but at least is going to be polished. 2 best friends, 1 wild adventure join best friends NooNoo and Willump on an adventure across the frozen wilds of Freljord. Song of NooNoo, a League of Legends story, is a single-player story adventure developed by Tequila Works and published by Riot Forge. Greed is Good, a PvPvE game. You will enter the mysterious dungeon as a bounty hunter. In the game, you need to cooperate with your teammates to fight against enemies and fears. Be aware of the toxic gas and be sure to escape before you drown out. What is a PvPvE game? I suppose it's multiple players fighting against bosses, but also fighting for themselves at the same time. That's the takeaway that I would get from it. This Bed We Made, a third-person mystery game in which you play as a maid in a 1950s hotel and snoop around strangers' rooms to uncover their deadly secrets. Discover what links guests together in this tale of love, heartbreak, and murder. Kind of feels like they put a decent amount of money and time into this based on the graphics, and they're hoping that a 1950s hotel game, a murder mystery hotel game, revolving around a maid, is going to make them enough money back. It's very ambitious. It's a big risk, I think. See some gameplay. Yeah, it's point and click adventure kind of thing. It's probably fun. If you like murder mysteries, this is probably going to be a great experience, but I'm just hoping that they are able to make their money back. Headbangers Rhythm Royale. Headbangers is a light-hearted rhythm battle royale game where you and 29 other pigeons compete against each other, all to complete your quest of claiming the title of Master Headbanger. Master Headbanger. It's Mario Party, but with pigeons. And probably loot boxes because costumes. Yes, it gotta be loot boxes. That's you can feel it, right? Little Goody Two Shoes. Venture into the woods as you play Little Goody Two Shoes, a phantasmagorical horror narrative adventure where all your decisions matter. Don't decisions usually matter? And this is I'm digging this art style. It reminds me of an old 90s cartoon visually with these cutscenes. I want to see some gameplay though. Oh, we basically skipped the gameplay, which is great. This looks like it probably would be better than you'd realize. There's a lot of effort put into the style of this game. And I'm digging it. Little Goody Two Shoes. I do want to see some more gameplay though. Some of these games, man, I feel like people are gonna dismiss them and be like, oh, I'm not interested, not interested, not interested, and like they could be pretty fun. I'm not sure if this game is pronounced Jussant or Jusant. Enjoy meditative vibes in, I'm gonna say Jussant, an action puzzle climbing game. Scale an immeasurably tall tower and ascend to new heights alongside your watery companion. Master your climbing tools, find your way up through diverse biomes, and piece together the tower's past. This kind of reminds me of... Who's the watery companion? I must be missing that. It reminds me of the Brothers game. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, I think it is. Looks like it could be solid. That Brothers game, it's a short game. It's like 4 to 6 hours. But it's a solid enough story game. Definitely where it's probably super cheap now. Yeah, this looks like it had a decent amount of work put into it. Beer Factory, a business simulation and management game. Take the challenge and manage your own beer factory, employees, production lines, as well as the import and export of merchandise. Probably going to make $1 million. I could see it making $1 million. This is that one game where it's like, hey, what kind of dumb game came out this year and made $1 million? It's Beer Factory. Because of course it's Beer Factory. You will die here tonight. Explore in top-down retro aesthetics and face the horrors of Breckenridge Hall in pulse-pounding first-person combat. Scavenge for supplies, solve puzzles, and upgrade your gear. Do whatever it takes to survive, but remember, you will die here tonight. Then why does it matter? I like that this is intentionally like PS1 graphics. It's smoother than PS1 would have been, but it's intentionally pixelated PS1 style graphics. Ramore Infested Kingdom, a challenging turn-based tactical tactical RPG that transports you to a medieval apocalyptic infestation. Your survivors are fragile, and every step you take could be your last. There's always zombies. There's always zombies and survival and blood and shooting things. Every week. I mean, it looks like a decent enough game, but that's just my overall comment. Not the game specifically, just my overall comment on the state of gaming. Phantom Rose 2 Sapphire. Phantom Rose 2 is a roguelike deck-building game. Fight and collect powerful cards as Arya trying to survive in her cherished school that's being ravaged by evil creatures. Let's see the gameplay. I wanted to see some gameplay. Let's see some of the screenshots here so we can see the actual game. This next one is also only screenshots. Valia II, pitted against relentless robot foes and navigating through dense and perilous jungles, scorching lava fields, and treacherous swamps, Valia once again seems faced with an impossible challenge. With the fate of the land in her hands, will Vivaldia rise to the occasion? We skipped like 10 games. They all look like student projects. We have Paper Dash Ghost Hunt now, which might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it does look like some people would be interested in it at the very least. Spiritual successor to Star Fox. I'm just kidding. Start an adventure as a courageous paper plane, hunts evil ghosts across vibrant worlds, soar through mystical forests and scary mansions, utilizing your flying skills and reflexes to shoot the ghosts. That doesn't do this game justice because this is a very interesting looking, and I always say interesting. It's an interesting looking game. It's not something you see every day. It's a paper plane shooting ghosts through crazy areas. This one looks janky, but I at least have to mention this. It's called Meowing Point. Point and Meow, 3D hidden cat game. These creatures have been turned into stone. Find and save them all. This is adorable. This is very nostalgic. It's called Lil Red Hop Skip and Jump with Lyra as she journeys back to her homeland in this retro adventure with harp in hand. No foe is a match for Lyra and her animal friends. It reminds me of like a Game Boy Color game. I would love to play this game. Just for the look, now it's really Game Boy. Alright guys, that's it for this one. At least we didn't have to see so many really terrible student projects this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you as always in the next one.